Today we're checking out new guitar. Today it's Guitar Friday and I got a package from Thomann, but to be honest I don't know if it's a guitar. It has a Merry Christmas sign, Happy New Year, Happy New Gear, and of course my address, which should be hidden in the video. So let's see what we got. Oh, there we have it. You know this? B-stock. The Hotone Ampero, I think. Modeling unit which I had on my wish list, and let's see. Well, they put the sticker on the nice cover here to ruin it completely. Well, anyway. Wow. Comes with some kind of soft foam here, which is nice. And I don't know if you can see it. Yeah. What do we have here? USB cable, power cable, which is almost 30 centimeters long. Great idea. Yeah, you can use it. It's very usable in a live situation. Some things to put on the buttons, which is nice. Yeah, power supply, which is also very useful, I think. If you want to use the unit, at least. And that thing, which is the unit. Looks nice, metal, black metal. MIDI in, as you can see the outputs here. MIDI, what else? On and off switch, also very nice. USB, unbalanced output, aux in phones, ground lift, balanced output, input, mode for electric guitar, acoustic guitar line, and expression pad. Yeah, so let's try out how it sounds. Well, I have to say I played around with this unit now for maybe 2 or 3 hours, and I can tell you I had a lot of fun because it was really easy to get crushing high gain tones with that unit, even with the stock IRs. And let me show you the patches which I came up with. So where do we have the editor? I'm perfectly prepared, as you can see. I cannot find the editor. It's here. Yes. And this is a patch I made. First of all, I have to say I couldn't stand the stock patches, but that is the case with most of these units. So this patch is based on the Reactor Modern amp model. And as a real amp, it has lots of bass and lots of sizzle. Let me turn off the delay. I will make other videos where I'm going more in detail with the amps and the effects. And I was basically going through all the high gain amps and creating patches, which I'm also selling, by the way. I'm selling patches for all of these units, the NUX MG-30, the GP200, the Valeton, and the Mooers, what else do we have here? Mooer Ge200, Mooer GE300, AxeFx Fractal FM9, and also this unit here, the Hotone Ampero. If you want to get them, please contact me on Facebook. So, but that's it for a little bit of advertisement. Here is a patch I made with the 5150 amp model. It's chuggy as hell, I think. At least for my taste. The noise gate is very effective here and it's good working. So let's use maybe this ISP decimator. Let's see how far we can go with the noise gate. Here the noise gate is placed behind the amp, so here in manage signal chain we can move the noise gate around. Let's try to put it here behind the distortion. Okay. Thing is, the noise gate is always at extreme settings. It's always taking away a little bit of the high end, so we have to add more gain. To be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of these extreme noise gate settings because I'm more of a lead player that likes to use sustaining notes. And also I like to have to control over the note playing dynamically, so I want to make the notes sing a little bit more when I'm pushing them not so hard. And that is always a problem with noise gate settings, with extreme noise gate settings. So usually I don't set the threshold that extreme. Rather try to dampen the strings with my hand. So a little bit of my playing advice. Man, it sounds really, yeah, to me it sounds like it should, and honestly, I don't know. I will do videos where I will compare this to the high-end modeling units, but it's a lot of fun. No, really, I don't miss anything at the moment, sound-wise. So let's check out some other amps. Here's a patch with the Mesa 2C+. By the way, this is maybe the only amp where I'm using the EQ now, because usually people have to use this EQ with the Mesa amp. And the unit comes with these EQs, guitar 1, guitar 2, bass, parametric EQ 4-band, graphic 10-band, and the Mesa EQ. And it reminds me of the GP200 by Valeton. Comes with the same EQs, also with lots of the same effects. Maybe these companies are somehow related. But it was resetting now my EQ settings, I think. So, yeah, as you can hear now, the amp is a little bit more mid-focused because the EQ is now flat. But, yeah. I dialed in the V curve, maybe not that good for live situations. For recording it may fit, but live maybe. There's somehow a problem here with the three-way switch. This is the Harley Benton Fusion 3 guitar, ladies and gentlemen, with the broken three-way toggle. And honestly, I got a lot of these guitars. I'm a big fan of these guitars, you may know, but if I would have to mention a weak point of these guitars, it would be the three-way toggle. Got many of them replaced. It's not a big issue, but I don't know why. Okay, and one thing which I found out is that the Marshall amps here, there's some kick-ass in my opinion. So here's the JCM 800. I have to drink some alcohol. Really? It's very easy to get good high gain tones out of the Marshall models here if you boost them with the Boss Super Overdrive. If you're not familiar with these pedals, there are a couple of differences. Usually people use them to boost the amps in many cases, and the famous Tube Screamer, for example, is just pushing the mids but doesn't have that much highs and lows. But if you want to get more distortion, then maybe you need more highs, and then maybe the Boss Super OD is addressing a wider frequency range and pushing more highs. There can be a problem with amps which are really have lots of presence frequencies, like maybe the angles. But with the JCM 800 it works just nice, because the JCM 800 seems to have these huge bump in the higher mids. so you don't need to boost that region. It tends to get honky if you use maybe a tube screamer, but with the possibility get a very saturated fat tone. So I could show you all my settings, but maybe just buy the presets and you will see them. And yeah, the diesel. Here I used an SM57, but before I made a preset where I was using the microphone which I'm using most of the time here, which is the condenser U87. And by the way, here you can see the cab section, and cab is very important. I'm using a stock IR here because it sounds great. There are other stock IRs which sound also nice, but here it's you have the ability to move the microphone around and choose from different microphones, which is not the case in the Valeton GP200, by the way. That means you're way more flexible here, but also it's a little bit more complicated maybe. In short, if you move the microphone away here from the cone, you get a more of these higher mids. I have to push one button, but it doesn't behave like a real microphone in front of a speaker, I have to say. But anyway, it's working fine here. So yeah, you have to choose the right combination with the speaker. But yeah, I'm using more or less the same everywhere here. What else do we have? Angle Savage. Very direct. The amp is very tight. Usually you don't need any kind of boost. But here I'm boosting it with the tube screamer. The real amp has two gain stage controls. And usually, I own the real amp by the way, but I used to crank both of them, sounds great. Then you don't need any boost or something in front of the amp, but here you have only one gain control. Maybe you can crank it, try how it sounds. Yeah, well, it doesn't get that saturated and you get lots of bass frequencies. What I already discovered was that with some amps, the layout here changes. For example, with the Marshall Plexis, you have here the volume, not gain control. Might be the same function like gain control, but in the real amp it's maybe called volume. By the way, this is a Plexi 50 watt sound. Maybe more English like of tone. crank the volume, we can get some of this power amp saturation, especially in this patch here. And the rear plexi is great for leads, in my opinion. One of the best lead amps to boost that amp, especially if you like dynamic playing. What else do we have? A Bogner. It's a Bogner Ecstasy, by the way. Let's see if we have the Bogner Uber. What's that? The orange. Bogner Ecstasy. Maybe no Uber. Friedman. Everything at stock sounds already like a Friedman amp, man. I like it if you can immediately recognize what amp it is. Honestly, with the AxeFx, I got a harder time to get a decent Friedman tone than with this unit. Let's save it. So where can we save it? Over here, 6.2 DK Friedman. And finally, I made a little bit of a crunchy chorus tone with the Fractal. And I think also with the Marshall JTM clean. Usually I don't use amps for my clean sounds, just EQs, but that amp sounds really nice. It's not exactly clean, but sometimes it's nice if it's a little bit dirty. Like also with women. Let's see if we crank the gain a little bit. Really nice. There's a stock preset called Warm Fusion. And it sounds like shit. Holy shit, that JCM 800. Maybe let's turn on some chorus. Maybe you can get some kind of Zach Wildish tones here. Let's see if we have the Marshall Governor or some shit here. I don't know if Zach Wild is using that, but just thinking it's supposed to work with the Marshall amp. It's not supposed to crank. Very cultivated overdrive. Has a lot of tone, unlike the Hotone overdrive, which creates a lot of overtones and distortion, but here you have very harmonic. Maybe not the best high gain chugga sound, but it's really nice for dynamic leads, I think. So that means we have to save it. And where can we save it? Maybe we will override this annoying Fusion patch. What is it? JCM Governor. So yeah, that's it for me with my first impression of this thing. I have to say, really, I'm really impressed, and it's maybe a little bit better sounding than the Valeton and the NUX, but we will find that out in upcoming videos. And until then, please, purchase my patches and shit, and subscribe to my channel. Goodbye.